Hello. In this video, we are going to solve this problem. So let's start. So you are given an integer array of size n and a positive integer k. Divide the array into one or more array of size 3, satisfying the following conditions. So let's say this is your array, and this we have to divide into, let's say this is a subarray of size 3, then you have another subarray. So there will be total n by 3 such arrays because we have to divide into a size of 3. So the first constraint is that each element of array should be in exactly one array. And the second is the difference between any two elements in one array is less than or equal to k. So the another constraint is that let's say if you take any of array and so there are three elements. So difference between any two elements that should be less than or equal to k. And finally, let's say if all these buckets, let's say meet this constraint, then we have to add them into a 2D array and return all those arrays. And let's say if any of the bucket does not meet that constraint, then we just have to return an empty array. So that is the problem that we need to solve. So for example, you have, let's say in this, there is an array of size 9. So it is divided into, three buckets. And if you take like, so here k is 2. And if you take any buckets and see that like in case of 3, 4, and 5, take any two elements, so their difference is less than. So for 3 and 4, it is 1. For 4 and 5, this is 1. And 3 and 5, it is 2. So it meets the condition. So we are adding that into the output array. And all these buckets actually follow that condition. So let's start with a simpler example. So let's say the array that you have has only three elements, uh, 8, 7, and 9. So now there will be only one bucket of size 3. Now only thing that you need to check here that whether these three elements are following this condition or not. And let's say here k is equal to 2. So what we will do here, the brute force approach says that we will compare 8 with 7. Okay, we say difference is 1. That is good. You compare 7 with 9. Difference is 2, which is less than equal to k. Then you compare 8 with 9. Again, difference is 1. Okay, so all three comparisons follow that condition. So we know that this bucket is meeting the condition. So that works. Now you see there we are actually doing three comparison for these three elements. Okay. Now how can we optimize it? Now currently in the array, elements are not in an order. Now let's say if we sort these elements, okay, then array will look like this: 7, 8, and 9. And now you see if you again want to the same condition, you just need to compare 7 with 9. That's it. Only one comparison. Because the 8 is in between 7 and 9. So if you have already compared 7 with 9, that is enough. Because any comparison between 7 and 8 and 8 and 9 is going to be less than what you have between 7 and 9. So we have solved this problem for three elements. Now let's scale this approach for our actual problem. So now let's sort the array. So it will look like this: 1, 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. Now, because as you see, we have solved the problem for three elements. So let's iterate this array and keep a window of size 3. So here you just compare first element with last element. You see difference is 2. Okay, that is less than, that is equal to k. Looks good. Now again you go and pick the next three element. You compare 3 with 5, difference is 2. Looks good. You take next bucket, you say 7 with 9, difference is 2. Okay. So all those buckets meets the condition. So they all are, we can add it into the 2D array and return the result. Now in this iteration, let's say in any one of the bucket, let's say this was 3 here. Okay. So it is obviously not less than or equal to 2. Okay. In that case, we will return an empty array. So that was the approach. Now let's take a look at the code. So this is the function. It is taking a input array and the integer k. So first we are sorting the array. Then we are creating a 2D array, and the rows are is the length of array divided by 3, and the column size is 3 because that is the bucket size. And this is the row index for our 2D array. We iterate over our input array, and we increment after every iteration. We increment that I by 3 because that is the size of bucket. Now for every bucket, we compare the third element with the first element is less than equal to k or not. If that condition is true, then we copy that bucket into our 2D array. Okay, and then we increment that row index for that 2D array because then we have to write next bucket to into the next row. And if any of the bucket doesn't meet the condition, then we simply terminate this for loop and we return an empty array. Otherwise, we return our 2D array. So let me submit this code. Okay, so all tests are passed. So that's it about this problem. And so thanks for watching, and I hope you like this video. Please subscribe my channel for more videos like this.